Hello and welcome. This is Dirnan playing Minecraft. Today's mod pack is Foolcraft 3 again. In the previous episode, we did some changes around the tower, including some trees and bushes and pathway blocks, and then spruced up around these houses and the stables, just making it look more lived in and a little bit nicer. Today, I'm going to work firstly on this area here, making this a little water thing, pool, fountain. I'm thinking of an idea, and first to get started, I've got some blocks in my inventory, including lamps and some water stone, some anti-block that's blue, some ism that will change to some form of blue. That looks good. I also have some temple blocks that I've chiseled to a different style and some glass. And then Vect, I don't think I'm going to do anything with Vect. It might be a little too dark. But that's what we've got to work with. We'll put some slabs around it just so that people don't immediately walk into it. So yeah, let's lay it out and see how it looks as we just get going on this, knocking out the grass. With vein mine, it goes pretty quick. So I think I'll just use the existing walkway that I've already set up, and yeah, I'll cut this out a little bit so that it'll just kind of, oops, too much. Just using these to set up a border so I know kind of how big I have to work with, so I can make a pattern out of that. Yeah, let's come across like this. That'll be good. So, kind of a weird shape. Don't really know. Let's count. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7. 7 by 3 here. And then it gets smaller as you go this way. Yeah, let me think on a design and get that sort of laid out and see how I like it. Alright, so I came up with a design that I liked. Just sort of a outwardly spiraling snail shell Fibonacci sequence type thing from that blue lamp in the center. These are ism type 6, nice kind of blue. And then a bunch of water stones of various chiseled look. So there's the brick, the weathered brick, which has a slight blues in the corner, and some cracked bricks, and then just a random mosaic there. My next big decision is going to be whether or not I put water on top. So choices are leaving it how it is, so it kind of just looks like blue. Putting water on top, which I don't know how that'll look. Or, well, I guess there's 4. So third would be lowering this down and leaving it as blue. Or lowering it down and putting water so the water is at this level where the bricks are at. Alright, let's see what it looks like with water on top right now, because the water's gonna kind of be at the edge. Might make it look kind of, did I, oh I did, okay. Thought I had created an infinite source, but needed it to be a little closer. Let's put these in the corners and see how this goes. Should start filling in, except for in this corner and for over here. Oops. For over here. Boom. Okay, so now it's kind of falling down. How do I like it? Ooh, I really like the blue of how this kind of shows up, because you can tell that this is a different color under here than like with the dirt and clay and gravel, and how that looks different. Like with the stone, you can tell is gray. So I do like that. But do I want, as you're walking through, to kind of see the water? Do I want it to be below it? Let's go look at the other fountain that we have and see what I did over there. Ah, I did the same thing with the water. Oh, this one's even flowing more than that. Yeah, so let's leave this fountain how it is. This little standing pool with a light in the middle. Just sort of adds a nice little touch there to keep people from just walking right by the stables and through there, but kind of directs them around the corner to get up and around. Yeah, that'll work. So now that I have this fountain set up, I think that that means that this water that naturally generated needs to go. Which means I'm going to take some grass from EMC and just fill in all of this stuff. So I'll get rid of all this, covering it over. So we can kind of have a fresher slate to decide what needs to go here. And it very well might be that there needs to be another statue right here to complement this one here. So I might look at another couple pictures that I've seen online of these kinds of statues to get an idea of what would look good right here, right by a tower, right by this one. Alright, yeah. So this will be the water feature that's over here instead of both of these. Alright. Let's build another statue here. I had a look on the internet for similar statues to this one, and I went ahead and built it facing the different direction, just facing kind of so that they're facing out from the tower. This guy's got a big old staff. This guy has a sword and a light. I'm not sure if I'll do any more around the tower. I guess a couple could fit over here, but with this hill, I think not. Which means that the other ones that I've seen around on the internet can go other places. There includes one that looks like it has a bow and a few other things. Rather simple statues with shoulders of chiseled stone, stone bricks, smooth stone. Then I use these panel pieces for the legs and more chiseled stone for the feet. So, very simple, but yet they add a little bit of something. Now that the water's gone and this statue is here, I'll need to clean up this area in front of it a bit, making the path wider, most likely, since it is now, instead of just a 3-block wide area, it probably needs to be a bit wider to accommodate more traffic. A lot of traffic coming through this way will want to not just head to the tower, but head around here, and so on. I will work on updating around here, cleaning this up, and as you can see, lighting it up as well, so that it is a safe place. Which might be that I just replace some of these stone brick tiles and make them painted glowstones instead of peppering the blue lamps all over the place. So the goal being having it so that bad guys don't spawn here, and yet it doesn't just have a bunch of torches spammed in it like is the case over here. Just looks kind of busy, and I like it better with alternate light sources. Alright, I will be back. I went ahead and added this pathway here little breakup of the normal just curvy path. So it comes a little bit closer to the statue. It also provides a good walking area. Another issue I've found now is this area here that's grass. I don't necessarily want to put anything super tall here to block view of the tower. That's why I'm keeping stuff a good distance away that would maybe impede vision of it. I don't necessarily also want this to be just stone brick. So I'm not really sure what I'll do here. I'll have to think about what needs to go right in front of the tower on this side that would not necessarily block the view as you're coming down from the windmill, right? So you would walk down this way and you'd see this giant tower, and the bottom half looks pretty good. And you'd either go that way to the storage area, or you can leave town that way, or go home because you live over there. I know that right here on this terraced area I want to put some houses, so people that work in this area would also live here. Lots of decisions that need to be made. So I'm going to change this out for stone brick and maybe just follow this same pattern of random odds and ends stone related stuff and blend that into the path like I did on the other side over on this side of the tower, that it just sort of blends into the pathway, just making the tower feel like it's expanded out from where it is. Yeah, another issue I find with that though is that if I do that there, am I going to want to do that over here and take this hill out and just make it all stone? Or do I put something like a cart or a stall or a something that goes right here that would be not tall, so like I said, coming down from the windmill, it wouldn't block the nice window views, but would still add something to this area. Yeah, let me look up some more pictures to see if I can find something that I feel will go well here. I looked over a bunch of pictures and I couldn't really find exactly what I was looking for, but I did find these simple, small cart looking things. So not exactly sure how this fits in with the lore of this area, but it adds a little something to this grassy spot. Yeah, so I like this. I think that over here I'm gonna put some benches. So make this sort of a, as you're walking you can sit here, and I also need to add a path down from here that goes into there, and I need to extend this path so that it continues in there. Yeah, and then this path probably needs to come along and go down through there. Yeah, and this one will probably need to come from probably up here to go down into there also. Ways to get into the tower from this door that's seemingly blocked off right now by this hill. Alright, I will work on these paths into the tower and I'll be back. I am back after having created the pathways leading into the tower. I'm really excited about how this all turned out. Kind of get to walk as you need to into the tower. From these various spots. Yeah, and I used a whole variety of blocks in here, using regular stone bricks and chiseled ones and regular stone and cobblestone, just to give it kind of the same sort of extended from the edge here feel, as opposed to just the plain stone bricks that are the pathway. Try to line it up with the blue lamps that are here. That's why I didn't make this any wider here. The last little thing we'll do for this episode is I added this bench here, little seating area that you can just sort of stare out over this grassy area around the main fountain. Eventually all that will be built up, but yeah, I like this little hill area, the pathways. So that's good little additions here. Pathways, statue, water feature, some carts for pulling things that are ready to go as people stopped here to visit the tower or are on their way from point A to point B. I think these carts, I'll add some similar carts around as I continue to build. I do still need to add the big cart that'll go in this shipping receiving bay here next to the warehouse. But that'll have to wait for another episode. This has been Dirnan playing Minecraft.